Well, hello everybody. Welcome to P.B.M. Money. Today, we're going to talk about the monkey versus Wall Street. Now, this has been going on for decades that I know of. And that is, how good are the Wall Street stock pickers? Some would argue very much, and others would argue a monkey could do better. And I remember when I was in high school, they were doing these experiments where they would have a monkey pick some stocks and then compare that to the Wall Street crowd. And as a general rule over the decades, the Wall Street gang does a little bit better, but not by much. I tell you this story for a purpose. Now, I don't know how you pick your stocks or how much time you spent, but I know for me, I spend a lot of time doing research, finding stocks, doing all of that. And a lot of times I'm wondering, is it really worth the time and effort? Wouldn't it be just as easy just to randomly pick some stocks and, let the economy do its thing? But then I thought the difference between today and when I was in high school and the monkeys were doing the experiment is this. We have the internet. What does that mean? Well, think about all of the investment shows that you could watch. And each one of them, depending on who you watch, they spend a lot of time and effort and money and resources finding the stocks they're looking at. So you got to ask yourself, why wouldn't I just do what they do? Why do I have to reinvent the wheel? And the answer to that question is, I don't know the answer. And I tell you what brought this home to me was I was watching one of those programs on YouTube, and whoever it was said, if you hang out with 6 other millionaires, you will become the 7th. And if you hang out with 6 other convicts, you will become the 7th. And when I started breaking that down and thinking about it, what that is really saying is, you tend to do that which the people you hang around do. Now, I don't know any millionaires in real life, but I hang out with a lot of them on their shows. And it's become pretty apparent to me that I've been bucking the system when it comes to this saying, because I don't always, in fact, I rarely do what they do. I've been off on my own thinking that I know better. And at the same time I was watching this and thinking about this, I had made 2 stock picks for 2 months. One of them was Annalee investment, and the other one was Orchid Island investment. Now, up until that point, I'd been doing pretty good on my picking of stocks. The annual average had been 21%. We were running about 34-35%. We still are. And that's good, but these 2 in a row, and I'd worked harder on these 2 than I had on any of the other ones. And I picked both of those because of the dividends. They had really high dividends. Now, the stocks that the millionaires on TV were picking, I would go in and look at, and I would always find a reason not to buy them. And I'll give you two examples. One of them was from a guy named Jeremy from Financial Education. He has a program on, and just to jog your memory of who this is, his tagline is, "Holy smokus, this ain't no jokus." Okay, you remember him? Okay. Well, he has picked Planet 13, and that's been his pet. I never bought in, because if you look, first off, it's a small enough stock thing that it's unavailable on Robinhood. It is available on Webull. But it has very little PE ratio information, no dividends. It's a newer company, and I felt like a pot dispensary business didn't have much future. Now, it's in California. They're doing very well, as I understand it. And I've seen the videos. I mean, they're a pretty impressive company, and very well funded. But I just didn't buy. And then there's another guy, his name is Andrew Jick, and he's mostly into cryptocurrencies. And he says that next year is going to be the year of Ethereum. Okay? And he goes through the reasons. And Ethereum has turned around, for sure, because I am actually making money on Ethereum. So, here's what I'm thinking. Maybe instead of trying to reinvent the wheel every month when it comes to my investment, maybe I should just do the easy thing, take their advice, write my check once a month, and be done with it. So what I'm thinking about doing, and I mentioned this in another video, and I haven't decided yet, I'm getting close, and I'm leaning towards this, and that is each month from now to the end of the year, I'll write a check for Planet 13 on my Webull account, and a check for Ethereum on my Robinhood account, and just call it a day and move on. Now, the pros of doing that is super easy. That's going to free up a lot of time for me. That is no brains, no effort, no nothing. Just write the check, forget it. It's also going to give me content for a lot of videos. I mean, each month, in fact, it'll probably eliminate my mid-month look ahead. I mean, there is no mid-month look ahead. We're just going to write the check and move on. But each month we'll be able to come on and say, well, this month we did this, and we'll see what happens. I'm kind of leaning that way, and I think it'll be fun. I mean, to take on, because right now I've been the monkey in our experiment, the monkey versus Wall Street. I've just been picking stocks on my own instead of doing what the pros say. Maybe I should start doing what the pros say. Now, the cons to doing that is I'm going to have, and I'm just a little guy, I don't have a lot of money, so I'm going to have $3,500 at risk in the next 5 or 6 months if I do this. And if I pick the wrong people to follow, holy smokus, this ain't no jokus, $3,500. And then here's the ultimate question. What if it turns out great? What do I do next year? I mean, do I just arbitrarily turn over my willingness and my ability to do what little bit I have done and just follow the crowd? I don't know. Or what if the flip side happens and it goes terribly wrong? Then what do I do? Do I stop listening to any advice anytime, become a contrarian, and do my own thing like I am now and go back to spending 20, 30 hours a week researching stocks? I don't know the answers to these questions. I do know that I want to make sure that I do I want to ask the right questions, get the right information, and try to make the right decision. Do I want to be the monkey, or do I want to be the Wall Street investors? Right now, I'm leaning towards just following the crowd. I mean, 20 or 30 hours on top of a 70 or 80 work hour schedule is a lot of time for me. So I don't know. And and to get started, it's only going to be for 5 or 6 months, and then we'll reassess. But then I have to ask myself the question: am I ready to deal with the consequences? If it turns out great, if it turns out bad, if it's a wash, I don't know. So anyway, that is our view, our look at, and our thinking about the monkey versus Wall Street. You guys have a great day, a great week, and happy investing.